Hi.
Now, Daisy.
No, wait a minute.
What?
Welcome to Seriously Not. You keep forgetting to mention our show.
Oh, yes.
Welcome, everyone, and thank you for tuning in to Seriously
Not. Yes, I should start writing stuff
Oh, my
down
gosh.
already.
The senility is setting in.
Yes.
Thank
God.
You haven't been yourself since the heart attack.
Yeah, I know. I died.
Well,
that was like 4 shows back.
Yeah, that was 4 shows back. You're going to have to catch up.
Yeah.
Listen, before we even continue, I wanted to mention, because a lot of people have been asking me about the intro, my nephew wrote that intro.
I know. Incredible.
He's so talented.
I know.
And it's called Sky, S-K.
Now, talented is not a word that a young man would want to hear. He is
Well, I am his aunt, so I would say talented.
Hey, tell me, bro, if you like this one. You're the illest shredder.
No, I don't think they say. Do they say that anymore? I don't know.
No, not anymore. That was like so.
I don't know.
That was like so
90s. 2014.
Catch up. You got the
I know,
three
really
three
bad.
boys at the house.
Yes.
Anyway, you know what this means? The Republican debate was on last night. Did you watch it?
I saw some of it.
What did you watch? What did you?
I just saw like
Are they getting
Rubio
better?
and
Are they
Cruz
getting more
going
boring?
at it, and I saw Bush and the guy with the head.
Trump.
The guy, yeah, they were going at it, and I'm like,
Well, this is what's going on. They're trying to pin Cruz against Rubio because they want to knock one of them out. But it's probably
why
gonna
the
be
two
Cruz.
Spanish dudes? They got to eliminate one.
We got to have one of our people there.
I know, but why would they team up against each other?
Because that's the media.
I wouldn't do that. I'd go after somebody else.
Like,
and you know what? You want to have the last two standing.
Mm-hmm.
You want it to be, maybe those two, if any of them.
Well, I think about 5 of them should just call it a day and just go to
Well, how many
Florida
are
for
there? There's
vacation.
like 15?
There's like 15.
Well, maybe 13 of them should call it a day.
Yes. Okay. Well, then it won't be as exciting. But anyway.
Yeah.
It wasn't that exciting last night. I was just kind of bored. A little bit.
Well, you know what? Now you know what these people are. They're all cartoon characters.
Mm-hmm.
And like, you understand, what's her name? The wooden Indian.
Fiorina? What
yeah.
Indian?
She
She's
looks
not
like
Indian?
a wooden Indian. She looks like she should be holding cigars out in front of
Oh.
a cigarette store.
You know what?
Smoke shop.
On that note, Nettto, why don't we introduce our guest today?
Why? We didn't finish with the Republicans.
Well, you started talking about Indians. I don't want any hate letters.
Why would you care?
I do care.
Well, don't worry about it.
Okay, well then go ahead. Continue.
All right. No, but
insulting the
tell me
woman.
your observations. You
Okay.
saw the whole thing.
I saw the whole thing, although I did go back and forth between that and The Voice.
Oh. I know
not
who
even
won.
gonna lie.
I know who won.
Yeah, Jordan Smith.
Yeah.
He was like the best one.
Yeah.
Okay, get back to the Republican
Yeah,
debate.
yeah.
Okay, I don't think that Trump was as impressive. I hate when he makes those faces.
When was he ever impressive?
Listen.
He's like, throw everybody out.
No, but
okay. I'm so impressed.
But there have been times that he's actually, even through in the debates, that has your attention, even though if he's saying something,
He's an
like
entertainer.
Exactly.
He's supposed to have your
he wasn't
attention.
as entertaining. I was not entertained. And I did like Rubio. He's my favorite. I'm not even gonna lie.
You have like Cruz at one time or another.
Maybe for like a second.
Yeah,
And
very beginning.
And Christie, I did.
Yeah, right.
I think he's kind of making strides, but we have a long way to go.
Yeah.
Anyway, we'll see what happens next time. Next time
And
we'll
Christie
talk about
should skip a couple buffets.
it. You really got to leave that boy alone.
Why?
I don't know.
He should. Every time I see him, everyone's like, "Look how thin he got." I'm like,
Where?
I don't see it.
Okay, that's 2 insults for 2 candidates. Now, can we please introduce our guests?
Yes.
Yes. I know I'm going to slaughter his name because this already like 3 times. But welcome, my guest, JASARI.
Yes.
Yes?
Got it.
Yes.
No, say it again.
JASARI.
JASARI.
JASARI. You see, he said it all right.
Oh, because he's got swag like that.
I just said yes because you was proud. You was happy that you.
Oh, I said it
pronounced
wrong?
Yeah.
Correct me.
No, JASARI.
I have to say like that. JASARI.
Sari.
Okay, JASARI.
There
I say
you
like
go.
that.
That was
Okay.
good. He was close.
Let me tell you something. We did a TV show together about 20 years ago.
Wait, pause.
Oh, so no,
Wait,
hold
hold
it was
on.
like 10 years
Wait,
ago.
hold
5
on.
years ago.
No,
2 years.
not what I'm
We
saying.
just finished it.
Wait, I'm not saying
sorry.
pause for
I'm
that.
sorry.
20 years
We
ago.
have to introduce his manager.
Oh, yes. Oh,
Wilmer.
yes. Wilmer.
Jasati
Thank you.
and Wilmer. But
Yeah.
now, getting back to 10 years ago.
Yeah, with
I thought it was
5
20
years
years
ago.
ago.
No.
I heard 20 in the
It's good. You can take us all
off.
to the back room
I'm
and
gonna
kick the
beat
living
you
shit.
like a
Oh, no.
stepchild.
No, it's still the redheaded stepchild. But we did, and it was a takeoff on Spanish soap operas, and it was called El Mundo de Cagar. And there were Spanish people in the show's cast, and the Spanish people were the least convincing that they were Spanish. You know,
was one of
the
them.
Irish guy, oh, he's Spanish. No, Italian guy, he was Spanish. But the two Puerto Ricans, no.
I was the worst Puerto Rican ever.
Yeah, ever.
Portraying a Puerto Rican. Sorry. Just sorry. Jasati.
Sorry.
Anyway, welcome Jasati and Wilmer.
Welcome. Thank you for having us.
So for those who, are wondering who Jasati is, why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself? Up and coming artist.
Yeah, I'm becoming an artist. I'm a Latin recording artist, producer, songwriter. I pretty much do it all. I was born and raised out in Jersey, here, and Plainfield, New Jersey.
Where?
Plainfield?
Yeah, Plainfield. Plainfield, I actually went to school. I went to Rutgers University for 2 years, which I left for music, to pursue my music career. And I've did a lot of things so far. I'm 27 years old, and I toured in Ecuador for about a couple months with well-known Latin artists. And right now, I'm at a point right now where I know where I want to head, music-wise, commercially, music. I want to do commercial music. Have an impact around the world, and so I'm a musician that with plans and goals. I'm not just thinking about the money at all, because the money's gonna come with everything. So
of course.
I'm
But
all
you have
about
to
the
be
music
happy
and the
first.
passion. Yeah, the passion. I'm very passionate with my
Well,
music.
let me ask you a question, because you're born and raised in Jersey, right? Now your music is in Latin.
Oh, I'm Puerto Rican. Sorry about
No,
that.
no,
Well,
no.
my
I'm
parents
not
are.
asking what you are. I said your music, the genre that
He's
you
old
chose.
school.
Yeah.
Old school is
It's
Spanish
Latin.
music. So why go that avenue versus American pop or American
American pop, I just feel me experiencing, because I was still doing American pop, hip hop. I was doing that before I went to on tour to Ecuador. The reason why I went to Ecuador for the tour was because a friend of mine, he wanted to do a song together. He was a Latin artist himself. I was like, I'll do a song with you, because I speak Spanish fluently. So I was like, no problem. And I did the song with him. We went over there and I performed, and the amount of love I received from the fans and from the public, it was just amazing. I was like, wow.
That was like a aha moment
Another
for you.
thing
Yeah.
too, Daisy, is that American hip hop and like pop music has gotten very stale, and Latin music is spread out. It's no longer, there's no such thing as a Latin sound anymore. It's everything from Arabic.
Yeah.
Shakira and with her Arabic influences for Colombian music.
Oh, yeah,
it
that's
went
true.
all over. And it's that way now, that if you want the freedom, you got to record Spanish language music.
Exactly. They even, right now, look at the show that they have on, I think it was a new documentary on HBO called The Latin Explosion or something. And they were discussing how Latin music or Latin culture is now influencing a lot of people in American pop
But it
culture.
always did. It always did.
Yeah.
It always,
Look at-
but not as much as it has been like in
Tito
the
Puentes, all those
Yeah.
people,
But now they're getting like a Tito Puentes of now is now getting their exposure they needed.
Yeah.
If Tito Puentes was
Now
here
they're getting
yeah.
it. But they were Eddie Palmieri.
Yeah.
I mean, in the day, they were getting
Yeah.
it too. But not like now. Now, all
not
of a
like
sudden, now that they're gone, everyone's appreciating or close to
like
it.
Gloria Stefan,
Yeah, yeah.
now they're
Right,
appreciating
right.
that.
Yeah, now all of a
Jennifer
sudden,
Lopez, yeah.
right, they're all coming out of the woodwork now. Where were they the first 15 years of their careers? No,
No, yeah. So I seen that in Ecuador. I seen the amount of love,
Right.
and I loved it. I was actually obsessed with it. And when I came back to America, I was doing hip hop for 8 to 9 years, and I didn't receive that amount of love. And people were just knowing my lyrics, dancing to it. I'm just like, wow, I just got only one song with this guy, and people already know my lyrics. So it just, I just needed
The
more
song,
of that.
the song that you're referring to, is this the one?
No,
that
it
you
was a
did?
song. We were a duo. It was me and an
Okay.
old friend of mine. We were a duo just to do a tour in Ecuador. We were there for 1 month. We just released the song. We came back. Then they called us back. Our song was nominated Song of the Year in Ecuador.
Wow.
It was
Wow,
number
that's
one on
impressive.
certain radio
Wow.
stations.
And they don't know who you are.
And they didn't know who I was.
That's the amazing thing.
That was the amazing
You didn't
thing.
have the publicity. You didn't have 100 people.
No.
You have a great manager, by the way.
Thank you.
And we're gonna talk to Wilmer in a second, but I think we should listen to one of your songs first, so that we can get an idea of what your sound is about while we're talking to you and getting to know you more. Now, the name of the song is called
So you got it. Come on.
Sol y Luna.
There you go. Sol y Luna.
Did you write this song?
Yes, Sun and Moon. It's pretty much about. Actually, the funny thing is, I was watching a story on. I forgot what celebrity it was, but the husband. I mean, the celebrity was a female, and the reason how she found her husband was because he was her assistant at a movie, and he was getting her bagels, getting coffee, and then they just spent so much time on set together that she ended up falling in love with him, and he was an average looking guy. She was
Is
like,
that like a true story?
yeah, I forgot what celebrity it was, but then that
That
song,
doesn't happen to me.
I watched the interview, the documentary or whatever it was, and it inspired me to
And
write the
inspired you to write
song.
the
So
song.
it's pretty much about every morning when I wake up, I think of you, and every time when I go to sleep, I also think about you.
There's
as well.
been a movie every 5 years with the title "A Star Is Born" from the early 1920s.
Star Is Born with Barbra Streisand?
There's been a million different people doing it.
All
But
right,
it's the
so-
same theme.
Yeah.
So let's hear it.
So,
Pat,
and it's
cue
produced
it
by
up.
me as well. So
Produced by Jasari.
it's a great song. I like it.
They
Very
recorded
commercial.
that here.
Yeah.
Dame luz más. Y yo quisiera conocer tu beso, acariciar tu pelo si me dejaras. Yeah. Me vuelves loco más. Wow, wow. Y dice, si tú supieras lo que por ti siento, mi amor por dentro te prometo más. No te arrepentirás. No, no. JASARI. Y cuando sale el sol, yo me despierto pensando en ti. Tu sonrisa me lleva a pensar cómo te quisiera amar. Cuando sale la luna, yo me acuesto pensando en ti. En mis sueños te tengo al final, te lo quiero confesar. Te lo quiero confesar. Yo no comprendo más porque me siento así. Tu forma de hablar, de caminar me vuelve crazy. Cuando te miro, tú me miras, siento esa energía. Pero mis panas dicen que yo no estoy en tu liga. Pero te juro que te voy a llevar conmigo hasta la nube. Tú tienes algo, nena, muy especial que mi corazón consume. Porque antes de conocerte, yo soñaba en tenerte. Y ahora que tú estás aquí, mi anhelo es quererte. Y cuando sale el sol, yo me despierto pensando en ti. Tu sonrisa me lleva a pensar cómo te quisiera amar. Cuando sale la luna, yo me acuesto pensando en ti. En mis sueños te tengo al final, te lo quiero confesar. Y dice, te lo quiero confesar. Hoy te despides sin razón. No te vayas, por favor. Pensé que solo era yo el dueño de tu corazón. Yo quisiera conocer tu beso, acariciar tu pelo si me dejarás, si me dejarás, si me dejarás, si me dejarás más. Y dice, hey, si tú supieras lo que por ti siento, mi amor por dentro te prometo más, te prometo más, te prometo más, te prometo más, te prometo. Y cuando sale el sol, yo me despierto pensando en ti. Tu sonrisa me lleva a pensar cómo te quisiera amar. Cuando sale la luna, yo me acuesto pensando en ti. En mis sueños te tengo al final, te lo quiero confesar. Dame luz, ma.
Yay!
Yeah, excellent.
Now everyone can see this video on YouTube.
Yeah.
Tell us a little bit about the video.
The music video was shot and directed by John Marcucci. He's actually part of a team for an artist named Jay Alvarez. The artist Jay Alvarez is signed to Sony.
I know him.
He worked with Daddy Yankee, a lot of artists. Well, his camera guy is John Marcucci. He's the one that shot the music video. We shot in Miami, went to South Beach, North Miami as well. The model in the music video is a Colombian model. She works with. She used to work at. You ever heard of Sábado Gigante?
Yes.
Oh, kidding me, Don Francisco.
There you go. Yeah. So.
See, I know what goes on for an old guy.
You know. So yeah, the video's on YouTube. You can search it as JASARI Soli Luna, and it's a great video. It's my first music video, and ever since I got into the Latin world. So that's mine.
Can I be the second music video?
Yeah.
Might as well, right?
There you go.
I did music videos.
Yeah?
Okay, this is not about me.
Go ahead.
No.
No, ahead.
How did you get in contact with Wilmer, and he's representing you as his manager? Now, how did you guys
I think
meet?
Wilmer.
Yeah, I'll let him talk.
Hi, how's everyone
Wilbur.
doing?
Hi.
Hey,
I know I was
Wilbur.
calling him Wilbur.
Yeah, she was calling me
No,
Wilbur
Wilbur.
earlier,
I was
and I'm like,
calling him
wait,
Wilbur.
it's not Wilbur, it's Wilmer.
Correct me if I mispronounce somebody.
Yeah, you know, she took me back to Charlotte's Web when I was a kid. In grammar
nice.
school, you know, everybody bugging on me because of it.
I don't know where
And
that
I'm like,
came from.
no,
My
she did it.
apologies,
No,
Wilmer.
not a problem. Definitely, you know.
I know quite a few Wilmers, by the way.
Oh, okay.
So it's a very
there you
popular
go.
name.
Yeah.
She's
You have, isn't there
Wilmer, Edison, Nelson, I know them all.
Yeah. Isn't there the Valderrama too, the guy that does
Wilder
the
Valderrama,
Valderrama, something like that?
But when I was growing up in Patterson, it was different. Everybody had the name. I actually knew brothers Primo and Segundo.
Primo, he said.
I knew Primitivo.
Primitivo.
Yeah, those were the names then. You know, there were no Nelsons, there were no Edisons,
Or Wilmer's.
Wilmers. There was none.
There you go.
They were being made at that time in
I think
Colombia.
so, yeah.
Well, I am originally.
Bless you.
Bless you.
Ooh.
Bless you. Uh-oh.
Are you gonna eat that?
What? I'm sorry. Excuse me.
Wow.
I sneezed on air.
Even she sneezes
I couldn't
cute.
hold it in.
And I'm the sick one. I didn't.
I'm
I know.
No, I think I'm allergic to you, Netto. Anyway, go ahead, Wilmer. I'm sorry.
Okay.
We keep interrupting you. Because
Well, the way things ended up happening is that you know, growing up, I've always had a dream of being involved in the music business somehow. But you know, as a kid, I got into event planning. You know, and that's how I started slowly, you know, getting brushed in with everything. I mean, I started doing house parties, you know, and
So you started from the outside,
I
working
started.
your way in,
Oh yeah,
rather than the
yeah.
inside working
when,
your way
when,
out. And
when I was
expanding.
14 years old, trying, you know, to, you know, get some, become a little popular, I guess, in high school, I said, well, you know, I need to do something. I like doing this. I said, you know what? Let me start doing parties, house
so you were
parties.
DJing?
No, I was just organizing the
Oh,
events.
okay.
My first party was actually a
Like
hooky
those project
party.
parties?
No, it was
like
a
cut school.
Well, you're talking high school.
It was
high
a
school's
basement.
Not your time
Yeah.
yet. It's not your time. It don't matter.
Say no to school and
One
come
of
to
those-
this party.
Yeah.
That's
So,
pretty much what
yeah, so basically we started off from there, and one thing led to, you know, house parties went to hall party, then DJ battles to hiring a local band, and then from there, you know, bringing in an international, you know,
Block parties.
all of those things, you know, got me involved in that, and it's always been a passion for me.
Oh, really?
And so coming up, I also got involved in restaurant, bar, lounge, and nightclub management. So I gained a lot of experience in that, and I kept hiring bands and organizing the event myself so it'll be a better profit. Well, one thing led to another. People started hiring me and making me offers, and one day I ran a nightclub in Elizabeth, in the city of Elizabeth, and at the time, JASARI and his team were organizing an event as well. So they needed a location. They came to me, and we basically got together, had our meeting, and made it happen. It was
At that time, were you already performing Spanish music?
What
No,
I did,
not yet.
No, what I
yet.
did at that time, I did like 2 or 3 Spanish songs just to do it. So then, because there were, I had a lot of family and friends who were actually part of the club scene around Elizabeth, and they were like, "Hey, it's my birthday. I booked you to perform." I'm like, "Why you booked me?" "Oh, I just booked you." I'm like, "All right." So I gotta make a Spanish song because it's gonna be a Spanish theme. So I just had 2 or 3 songs prepared, ready. So whenever I got booked, so I ended up getting booked at a club nearby where he managed, where he was managing, and then I performed there. After I performed, one of the security guards was like, "Hey, you know, there's this club there that need promoters. I see that you brought a lot of people to this event. You know, you perform pretty good. You can go and to the club that he was working. I didn't know he was
in
working
one
there.
night you went from one club and then you went to the
No,
to the club.
well, the guy who you know told me, "Hey, you should start club promoting." He kept calling me for a week. I didn't pick up because that wasn't my thing. My thing was music. I decided to pick up one night. I'm like, all right, I'll try it. And that's when I met Wilmer.
Yeah.
He good. That's
We
when I
actually,
started-
we,
So you
we
hit it off right away.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I
he
mean,
let us do whatever the hell we wanted to
that's
do.
good.
I'm talking
That's good.
about
That's
21 enough to drink. He was 19. You're
good.
I made it happen for them. You know, I studied the guys. I looked. They seemed like a nice bunch of guys, and I said, you know what, let's make this happen. But that started the relationship, and then from there we maintained communication because I moved on to other projects. But basically, how I really got involved in crossing over to managing artists and gaining that experience. It all happened because organizing these events, they all just started to get bigger and bigger. So it was really expensive to get into somewhere like a Madison Square Garden or something at the time. So what we did was, along with my team, we went out to Colombia. So what we did was we flew out one year. We studied the whole carnival season thing, and we said, you know what, we can do this.
Yeah.
We can get a location. We can hire a team, and from our experience, organize this type of event, bring in the heavy artists in the country, and then bring one international act.
Yeah.
So what we did was we found a location, and we brought in an international act from Puerto Rico, which was Puerto Rican Power, the salsa band, and they were a sensation, and we were able to compete.
That's a brass band, right?
Yeah. And then
I know who they are.
and
How
then
do you know that?
and then what
I see
happened?
my
You know Tito Puentes, so
He
he's good.
knows the deal. He understands. He's from Patterson. He understood. So
He's way more Puerto Rican than I am.
so slowly after that event, it was such a huge success. I began to receive emails from groups thinking that we were a label, and they were like, "Listen, we're in this genre, and we have this style of music. We want the world to hear our music." And it was like massive emails. And then back then you were like, "Oh, spam." But then one thing led to another. I read a message and it said, "We are artists from Colombia, and who are doing urban reggaeton, and we would like to get exposure." And I said, wow, let me check it out. And I heard it and compared it to what we were hearing here in the US. And I said, wow, these people have talent. And slowly I started communicating with other people, and I got involved in the management deal with the artists. And I gained experience with people, in the market and radio, and also in labels, and that just made it a lot easier today when JASARI was able to get his project started and make the decision to cross over to become part of the team and push the project. So that's where we find ourselves at the moment right now.
Now, you're working on an album right now?
I'm
Or
actually working on the EP.
EP, okay.
Yeah, less albums. For labels, album is considered 10 tracks or more. I'm doing only 8. EP is just as good as an album nowadays. So
Now, are you based in New Jersey or are you somewhere else?
well, I was staying in Ocala in Florida, Ocala and Miami, in Florida for probably the past 6 months, and that's where I recorded most of my music. And I decided to come up here for the holidays to visit my family. But the amount of connections that I made in New York City was unbelievable. Like we didn't think it was gonna happen. I just came here to visit family, and I ended up getting a lot of connections.
How do you guys work? I'm sorry, Nettto, go ahead.
You said EP with 8 songs.
Yeah.
Usually on an EP they go for 4 because it's for dance.
Yeah.
And you can't dance to a 2-minute song, right?
Yeah.
You need the extended play single.
Yeah.
Which is what the EP is supposed to be.
Nowadays for the labels, they what they
not
consider
doing
EP is 8 tracks.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because if the label sits you down, you get a meeting with a label. From what I've been told, where you sit down with a label, they're expecting to hear at least 8 songs nowadays. Before it was like 4 or even 3 or 5, the most, but now it's 8.
Yeah, but
I don't know if it's a difference
it
between
depends on
Latin
the type
or-
of music it is.
Yeah,
but if it's
that's-
music for dance, playing 10 or 8
Yeah.
2-minute songs serves no purpose because
Exactly.
you can't, you know.
Yeah.
Can't
But
dance by
you
the
know,
time 2
but
minutes go to-
this EP that I'm working on now, is I started in Florida. I got all the 8 songs practically almost done. This project, I'm pretty much just gonna throw it out there. It's gonna be free, because at the end of the day, no matter what, if it's free or not, I'm still investing, into my
Right,
career. I'm
right.
still letting people hear it, get my name moving around, and then in the fall I'll throw out another EP, but that one will be with production, people who produce for big, well-known artists,
Right,
and
right.
I
Now,
work from there.
so if you're in Florida, how do you just communicate
Oh, social media,
constantly?
phone.
Like, are you coming back up and from?
Oh no,
New
I'm
Jersey,
I'm
whatever,
I'm
to
gonna stay here
tour, or-
for a couple months. I'm gonna stay here
Okay.
probably a few months, because February we might go to Colombia. Might head to Colombia. I have an event the end of January.
Okay, where is that?
The event's the 23rd of January. It will be held in North Plainfield. North Plainfield. I will be giving a performance there. So we have tickets for sale. We'll put it on social
where
media.
are you gonna be? Yeah, before we
Yeah,
end the
yeah.
show, we
Before-
want all the contact
Yeah,
information
definitely.
so that people can get get more,
Yeah.
information if they're interested in you and learning more about,
Yeah.
JASARI.
Cesari, you said you were from Plainfield?
Yeah.
I'm going to give you this little piece of information. I'm going to guess you don't know this.
Okay.
Funk,
Yeah.
as we know
I already
it,
know, yeah.
started in Plainfield,
Plainfield, yeah.
because there was a barber shop where George Clinton, Bootsy Collins, all these guys were barbers. And back in the middle 60s, in like 1965, after the barbershop would close, they would all get together and funk out, and they started Parliament Funkadelic right there in Plainfield.
Wow.
And then they moved to Seattle, Washington, and that's when they took off.
Took off. Yeah.
Really?
That's why they call
But they-
Plainfield P-Funk.
P-Funk. That's where that.
You know some. I'm like very
They're all-
impressed by you.
Oh,
Netta.
that is
That was good.
awesome!
He's on
Wow.
the road today.
Wow.
Why don't we
Wow.
listen to another one of your songs?
right.
We're gonna
Okay.
be listening. Pat, I hope you're ready. Romance
Romance de una noche.
Romance de una noche.
Romance de una noche.
Yeah.
I'm horrible.
It's okay.
One night of romance.
One night of romance. That's all you need.
It's a very.
JASARI y dice, hey, yeah, dale. Dicen que tienes el corazón frío y el que se enamora de ti lo pones a sufrir. Tú ya no crees en el amor, no, ya eso no hace parte de ti. Quieres vivir la vida sin preocupación y yo no pretendo que te enamores de mí. Solo quiero estar contigo en un romance de una noche. La pasaremos bien los dos, sin reglas y sin condiciones. Imagínate todo lo que podemos hacer en un romance de una noche. La pasaremos bien los dos, sin reglas y sin condiciones. Imagínate todo lo que podemos hacer. Dámelo todo sin pensar, quizás no vuelva a pasar. Así es que a ti te gusta. Así es que quieres jugar, dámelo todo sin pensar, quizás no vuelva a pasar. Así es que a ti te gusta, así es que quieres jugar. Que me dijeron por ahí, desea más vivir, no lo niegues, solo dime sí. Si tú quieres otra noche llena de besos, amores que te hagan más pensar en mí. Si tú me pides el cielo, te regalo hasta la luna. Tú me deseas es un gan. Yeah, yeah. Arroyo the producer. Y dice, Third Tribe Music. OCLAO Inc. baby. JASARI Twin Studios. Y dice, pa la rumba, pa la rumba, pa la rumba, yeah.
Yay!
Yes.
Romance de una noche.
You know, it's a shame the song's only like not even 3 minutes, 2.5
Is
minutes.
it?
It's got such a great groove to it, and you
Hey.
fill it with so much melody.
Thank you so much.
You know,
you
but
wrote
it's a
this song,
shame
right?
that it's that short.
Me, I have a producer who helps me. Because what I do is I write my lyrics in English, and then I'll translate the best I can in Spanish. Since his first language is Spanish, he will fix them up, little words here and there, and then he sends it back to me. I double check, but I have the final say of what lyrics go. And
Now, what was your inspiration for this song? Romance for a Night. That's the translation in English, correct?
One night of romance.
One
One
night?
night of
Oh,
romance.
God, I got that wrong.
Either
And
you.
tomorrow, I don't know you.
I don't know you. Don't even call me.
But
if you're lucky, 'cause
Hey.
tonight I might not know you.
but the thing is,
Hey,
But the-
depending on how it goes.
but the thing is, it's either. But I'm letting her know that it's either you want it now or that's it. You
Just
know.
like a guy.
I've done that. I like that.
but is it true?
That was my whole.
At least you're being
Fine.
honest,
You know
right?
what?
Us
You're
girls
telling
talk
the-
about guys like you. Oh my God, he just used me for one
But you're
night.
telling the woman.
Yeah.
But you know
Yeah.
what?
Tell you
but
yes,
when,
but I thought
when,
I'm
Yeah, I'm a
change his mind.
dog,
'Cause
yeah.
Women, we
Yeah.
always think that we can convince you.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or,
The power of
the power of.
They'll say,
Exactly.
I'm cool with it. And then later they'll,
Yeah.
and then you're like, but wait, I thought we spoke about this. And then,
Yeah, but I
we're
thought I could
slowly.
change your mind.
But the reason why I made the song short, it's funny that you brought that up, is because I believe in if you make a song within between 2 minutes and 30 seconds to 3 minutes and 15 seconds, people will repeat it. People are, oh my God, I love that song. Let me repeat it again. It's so short.
Yeah, that's true.
Oh, I need to
That's
repeat
true.
it again.
That is true. They
If you have it so
play it
long,
twice in a
yeah.
row.
If you play so long for
Yeah.
6 minutes, it's like I like that song, but I already know how it goes. I'm done.
Yeah,
with it.
right. You're right. You're
So
right.
I like to cut my songs a little short and keep it going.
You want them to be proactive by playing it again.
exactly, yeah.
By participating.
Exactly.
In the act.
That's all psychology.
That
Yeah.
is.
Yeah.
That's how it goes with the
Very
music.
smart.
Yeah.
They'll pass
Very
it down.
smart.
Yeah.
So what was your inspiration for that song? Like, did you
Uh,
tell a girl, listen, we're just gonna
my
for
thing,
one night and that's it? Oh, Nettto, you're such a pig. If you guys saw what he was.
no, well,
Oh, yeah.
I haven't written anything down
Talk
yet.
about it. Yeah, I noticed. Are you, by the way, are you like in a relationship?
yes.
You are. So if you write something like this, I mean, does she say, "Oh, you're writing about me or us," or-
No, she's actually from Switzerland. She lives in Switzerland. I met her in New York. She understands everything I'm doing. My thing is before I even take it to a serious relationship with a female, I let them know, hey, you're willing to take the risk or not, because this is I need your 110% support. But she's fine with
Ride or
everything I
die.
write. Yeah, she's fine with everything I wrote about. I didn't write a song yet about her. She knows that, but it's because I told her when the time is right. I can't just force the song out about you when the time is right. Maybe when we married or something, maybe it'll come out.
Wow, you're
But
thinking that far.
but no.
Well, I gotta talk to you.
Hey, I've talked to him.
Talk to
No.
You didn't talk to him.
I've
yet?
talked to him.
Oh,
But
you
my
talk
thing
to
is,
him.
Not now.
No,
Not
of course
now.
not now. But my thing is, music is my number one. Of course, family too, but music is my number one because without music, I won't be able to support my family. I won't make my family happy.
That's
So people say family first, and then music. In a way, I have to put music first because how am I going to make my family happy? Because they already
Well,
see.
you gotta make you happy
Of
first.
course, myself.
Respect
And
yourself. you
Music
know?
is me.
Yeah.
Right.
That's how I feel, and she understands that. My family understands. I'm so far into music right now that I sacrifice so much that, that is first to me. So nothing else matters. That's
And
first.
you've been doing this for how long? Like you've been actually officially like.
I've been doing
trying
it
to
for
make
since
for
I was
how long?
15, so I'm 27 now. So
Do the
good
math,
amount of
Nettto,
years.
quick.
There you go. He got it. He said dozen. No, 12 years. So I've been doing it about 12 years, and I was a producer first. I never rapped, never sung in my life for about 3 years, and but you know, and I sacrificed a lot, and you know, and everybody supports me. Everybody surround me, supports me, 110%. And I don't go public with my relationship too,
Right.
because you know,
'Cause
obviously.
you want the girls to be like, "Oh,
Yeah,
sexy
and my
boy."
lady understands that, and that's what I love. She
But I
understands.
find this really curious that both of you have honed your crafts the same way, starting from the big and concentrating it down to a center.
Yeah.
Now you did that,
Yeah.
and you did that.
Yeah, of
and you
course.
both. And I thought that's really. It's a common bond that you
Yeah.
both
You know,
have.
that-
That you both use the same approach to
Like
getting
they're
to
using
where
the
you are
similar
now.
guidelines.
And
Yeah.
that can also, what I feel is that for us experiencing that come from the outside in.
It gives you
that-
a lot of security too, because you know
Yeah.
everything beyond what you're doing because you did it already.
and that'll make
Yes.
us reach longevity.
Yes.
Yes.
For what we want to do as longevity, instead of skipping lines and cutting lines
Right,
and
right.
going from here. Where you know we experience so much from the outside as a producer. I experienced. I actually signed a deal at 16 years old as a producer for 2 years, and they took a lot of my money. You know, a lot of production that I was supposed to
Were you
receive.
producing for record labels?
Yes.
Like
Yeah,
smaller
it
independent?
was ghost producing.
Oh,
Ghost
okay,
producing
right.
is if I would make the production, I give it to a middleman, and then he sells it to a big record label like Sony
Right.
or Universal, and then that producer will say that is
Did
theirs.
they right.
So I did a lot of I'll have a lot of I probably have a lot of songs out there that was inspired from my beat that I don't know, and they probably sold it for $3,000, $4,000, and I only
But
they only gave me $50.
when you
know.
choose to do something it's really a gamble.
No.
I had they gave me the contract. I was 16 years old. They gave me the contract. My dad wasn't too good with English, so I told him it was a field trip. And I had him sign it.
Oh,
A lot of people don't know
That's
that.
funny.
People closest to me know that.
But now
Now
everybody
you
knows.
guys know.
There you
now
go.
we all know.
Now you know.
So and I told my dad it was a field trip, and he signed it.
He's like, how come you
And-
didn't go on that field trip?
And it was bad. It was it was bad. Once I left high school, they wanted to renew the contract, but I already knew what's
Now,
up.
was
and
that
I left.
here? Was that in New York or was
That
that
was in Jersey.
In Jersey. Okay.
And then when I went to Rutgers University, I took class for business, and I kind of understood a little bit how the business went. So once they wanted to renew the contract, I read it a lot more, and I was like, I'll let you know about the contract. I just disappeared.
Now going forward, you use attorneys, correct?
Yeah, of course,
Okay.
of course. Yeah. I have a.
Don't give it to your dad and tell him it's a
No,
field trip.
no.
I did that when I was young. I was working for a recording studio, doing the production, and I never got paid a dime.
Wait, I missed that. What did you do?
And that was good. You got
Never
that.
got paid a dime.
Yeah, you know what I mean?
What I missed?
Wish, but
Yeah.
I
I
missed
understand
something.
that.
I looked
different
down for
era.
a second. And
Different era.
Yeah.
Okay.
Different
well,
time.
whatever. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
No, but it's glad. I'm sorry.
No, go ahead.
It's good to hear you say the fact that that you've already been there and you understand it
No.
different. So coming around this time
Well,
with a
you get
different
told
product.
when you go to say,
Yeah.
"What about paying me?" It's like you got a bad attitude. Come
Yeah.
here. Well, let's fix your attitude.
Yeah.
You need an attitude adjustment.
Definitely. Definitely.
So where do you go from here now? Your plan is to
Well,
you're gonna do the club in January. What's
Yeah,
the name of the club?
The name of the club is International. Club.
International in North Plainfield.
North Plainfield.
Okay, and that's on January 23rd.
January 23rd.
Okay.
I'll be giving a nice performance there. It's because
Is it just gonna be you, or are you gonna be?
I have there's two opening acts.
Oh, there are.
As well. Yeah. Artist named Miguel. He's he does Dominican hip hop. That's real big in the Latin world nowadays. And then an artist named Melody M. She does like merengue type, tropical
really?
up-tempo music.
You like
So-
that?
I love merengue. I'm a bass player. Of course I'm going to love merengue. Merengue is the only Spanish music where the bass is all over the place.
Yeah. And it keeps you
Every
moving.
other Spanish music, it just sets the timing.
Yeah.
But in merengue, you're flowing all over the
You're
place.
like a wealth of knowledge over there, Neto.
I love merengue.
I didn't know. I didn't know.
Yeah,
¿Qué
but-
sé yo?
It's only
There
two
you go.
chords, but you're all over the place.
Yeah. But
So then you do that in January, and
yeah,
then
I do that in January. I have a music video 4 days before that, the 17th, the 18th. I'm doing a music video, second music video for a song called. Well, I actually don't. I don't got the name of the song yet. I got the song finished, But
Well,
what I
hold
do,
on. You don't have it copyrighted yet. Don't give
Yeah.
any titles.
Yeah.
Until
Okay,
you,
no title.
You should be talking.
No,
about
he wasn't gonna come out with that title. He knew.
No title,
He
no
knew
title.
at that
What I do, I
moment.
come up with the title of the song after it's done,
After-
finished,
Yeah,
written,
yeah.
recorded, copywritten.
So you have the song kind of already done, and you're gonna do the music video, and then afterwards
It was produced by well-known producers from Puerto Rico called Los de la NASA, Neo NASA. They produced Daddy Yankee's last two
I love
albums.
Daddy Yankee.
They produced his last two albums, It's the whole thing, and I purchased the production from them, and I'm working with them now.
Now, is this a fast-paced song, or is it like a slower?
It's
ballad?
fast paced. It'll keep you on your feet dancing, and it's a real good song. It's I'm gonna shoot the music video in New York and in Jersey, and then after the video and then the event, we thinking about going to Colombia February.
Yeah.
Over there is the carnivals. You can talk a little bit about it.
I mean, it's good now that he brought that up for everyone to know that one of the main things that we are doing here with JASARI is the whole production team. We feel that having quality production and engineering behind, and also the mastering of the music, it's going to help a lot to boost the plans that we have for the future. I mean, now that he mentioned the part of the production team behind it with the whole Daddy Yankee team, there's other producers that we're going to start dealing with, also people that have dealt with Don Omar.
They didn't hurt him so far.
No, but just the fact that when we have a product like the EP that we want to present, backed up by a production team with so much recognition. I mean, these guys have won awards already for the music that's out. It's going to be helpful.
Grammy nominated.
Yeah, they're already.
That's
So
excellent.
it's like, okay, you're building a foundation. You're reaching out in different countries, in different areas where all these producers are at. And at the end of the day, they all know each other.
Yeah.
They know what everybody's putting out. They know. So the fact that you're constantly in people's ear because of the vibe that you bring to the table and the talent that we have with JASARI, it's a boost to what we want to do. And that's something that the whole management team is really focusing on. But it's a direction that we're looking for, where we're headed, and we're pretty happy with that. But from what you were saying, after the music video, our plans are the first week of February. We're going to Colombia, to the coast, which is Barranquilla, Santa Marta, Cartagena. We're going to be doing a music video, possibly connections for future out there. But mainly it's more connections established in the music business out there, also radio. We're pushing the product where we know a lot of artists are up and coming hard and heavy right now. And Colombia is one of those countries.
Yes.
You have J Balvin, you have Maluma. These guys are doing it hard out there, and they basically crossed over into the U.S. and internationally very quick from the production team that's out there as well, which is another team that we're going to establish communication with. I mean, we already have, but, it's basically go actually sit down and get this moving. We want JASARI to basically, get that recognition. He's getting his name out there. He's actually putting his face out there, and that's the main part.
And the reason I had to clean myself up a little bit because 2 years ago, I was 310 pounds. I was a big boy.
Whoa.
Wow.
So I was here on stage performing hip hop songs, even Latin songs, huffing and puffing.
You were like winded.
Oh, yeah.
Oh man, it was bad.
Oh.
It was bad. So one day I just woke up, looking at myself in the mirror. I'm like, I have to do something, and I moved to Rochester with one of my best friends. He owned a house up there, upstate New York. It was like a movie to me because I went up
There's
there.
no good food there. No wonder you got there. They got no food.
That's true. But I ate, I ate over there. No, I didn't eat over there.
No.
So I was 310
They
pounds.
eat roadkill.
Yeah. I went over there. I just hit the gym, man. But the thing is, why? It snows a lot up there.
Oh, yeah.
So I went at a time where I'm telling you, it was like no less than 5 blizzards over there. It was horrible.
Wow.
Yeah.
So and the gym was like 2 minutes from me. So it was gym, back home, gym, back home. And then I went up down to 250 in 4 or 5 months.
Hey, feel my guns.
Wow.
Wait, feel my
Guns.
No, for real, feel
Oh,
This is another
nice
one.
good. Look at
We'll
that.
go at it when you guys leave.
Arm wrestling match coming up. Arm
Yeah, we
wrestling
do.
match.
Now listen,
But
if
that's
you
good
do,
for you because your presentation.
Oh yeah, I'm still working on my image. Past week I lost 5 pounds. I'm at 240. Now I'm down 235. I'm moving my way down because image is big, and no matter what
'Cause
genre of
your
music you
music
are,
is
image
there.
is big.
You got good music.
Thank
now
you.
you want to attract. I mean, I know
Yeah.
your girlfriend already understands this, but I mean that's a
The
big
lady
difference.
fans
The
make
lady,
the art.
yes.
when you make your video, you got to remember, you got to.
I'm afraid what he's gonna
No,
say. I don't even know.
Sorry, Daisy.
No, because I think I know what he's gonna say. Go ahead.
Venezuela. You want your women from Venezuela. They're the hottest women in the world.
Where are you getting this
No,
information
they
from?
are.
I'm gonna shake your hand. I'm from Colombia, and I feel that in Colombia, my country, we have beautiful
You have
women.
some great,
but
beautiful women, but the
Yes.
beautiful women in
Yes.
Colombia are
Yes.
natural.
Yes.
In Venezuela, they're made.
They're made.
They're made.
They're made.
I think it's the
They're
other way
made.
around.
No, you have
no.
to get out there. No, you have to get out there. See, the thing is this.
This
I lived
interview
in
is going down the
Venezuela.
tubes.
I lived in Venezuela
They
1
have
year.
schools.
Oh,
in,
yeah.
in hospitals for beautiful women.
Yes.
They
Oh,
put
my
them
God.
together
Yeah.
and they train them
Yeah.
how to be beautiful.
Where are you getting this information
Hey,
from? Are
hey,
you
they
insane?
do.
She doesn't believe.
I
They
don't
do.
believe you.
They do.
What
No.
what
You
happened?
have to be beautiful. Okay.
You
Yeah.
don't need to go to Venezuela.
There's
You're
a
beautiful.
saying-
Well,
There's-
thank you, Nettto.
There's this,
You are.
I mean, for people who don't know, I mean, being there and living there a whole year.
In Colombia?
Venezuela.
Both, but I was in Venezuela for a year. I actually went to meet family and stay there for a month vacation. I stayed a year.
Wow.
Because of the view?
Oh yeah, it was a beautiful view. But anyway,
No, for my next music video, Venezuela.
but it's something that now we'll get off the subject real quick. But since you jumped on it,
Of course.
But I remember hearing stories that. Over the here it's Sweet 16, but over there is, Sweet 15. It's big.
Yeah.
So at that age, they're like, well, what do you want? Women want, they're
yeah.
asking their
They
parents
want-
for
they
their.
want
fact,
big-
They want to be
it's a
voluptuous,
factory. Venezuela is one big factory for
Yeah.
beautiful women. They just
Yeah.
it's a factory.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay,
I
back to
don't-
JASARI
Did
music.
you like 70% of the Miss Worlds are from Venezuela?
Yeah.
And there
no
they
accident.
are
Universe.
gorgeous. They are
Miss
beautiful.
Universe, Miss
And
World.
what makes
It's
me
no
sad is
accident.
Puerto Rican women are now starting to join that trend of
The fake
fixing
boobs
themselves
and the
up
fake-
with the fake boobs,
The-
fixing the face up, and it sucks to see that because when I went to
Yeah.
Puerto Rico like a few years ago, I seen that. I'm just like, why?
Yeah.
I seen.
Well,
the-
that's all media. You see, everything.
Everybody
on,
wants to be
everyone-
a model. Every female nowadays wants to be a model, and that's how social media. Like, if you go to social media, if a woman have 2,000 likes on a picture showing her ass, she's gonna want. I don't know if I curse this.
No, you're fine. You're fine.
Showing her
I say a
ass.
lot worse.
Showing her ass, she'll charge $2,000 for a photo shoot. You're like,
Yeah,
I
yeah.
just want to do a photo shoot with you. Oh, $2,000 just because you got 2,000 likes.
Yep.
It's just sad.
That's
that
what
it
I
came to
do.
that.
No,
How
I'm
many likes
kidding.
you got? How many likes
$1
you
per
got?
like.
I don't do that. What?
Next song.
Uh-oh.
Last call.
Last call.
Next song.
Oh, next song.
Oh, okay.
Oh my God, we're so unprofessional. Let's play another song.
All right. La primera vez.
The first time, Nettto.
Yes.
The first time.
This is
Remember
actually
that?
the first song that I actually did for my, once I entered the Latin
Like
world. the
after
Latin
your
music.
first time, you wrote the song.
No, once I said,
Let's play La Primera Vez.
He wrote this when he was 9.
Wow.
with a Venezuelan chick, yeah?
Oh shit.
Ábreme la puerta, mami, la puerta de tu corazón. Ahora que te tengo sola, déjame explicarte mi tensión. Yo sé que tú me quieres, cuando te vi la disco más tus ojos brillaron. Yo sé que tú me buscas en el medio de la disco, tú y yo nos encontramos. Yo no sé por qué nos perdimos en el ritmo. La primera vez cuando yo bailé contigo, yo no sé por qué nos perdimos en el ritmo. La primera vez, la primera vez, la primera vez, la primera vez. Yo no sé más, mami, yo no sé. Amor, amor, no me digas que no, mami, solo tú y yo. Descontrol, yo sé que lo que quiera que diga digas que no buscas pasión. Hace que te vuelva, te bese y te quiera, no digas que no. Ser el que te proteja y tú mi doncella. Mami, todo lo que piensas, lo que deseas, lo haremos realidad. Escapémonos, mami, esta noche, sin reproche, no me importa qué dirán. Y si solo quieres una noche, sin amores, solo una aventura más. Te regalaré solo una noche, sin rencores, no te arrepentirás. Dice yo no sé por qué nos perdimos en el ritmo. La primera vez cuando yo bailé contigo, yo no sé por qué nos perdimos en el ritmo. La primera vez, dame luz. La primera vez, la primera vez, la primera vez. Y dice, mami, yo no sé. O-C-L-A-O, baby. Ábrame la puerta, puerta, puerta de tu corazón. Ahora que te tengo sola, sola, sola. Mi intención, yo sé que tú me quieres, mas tus ojos brillaron. Yo sé que tú me buscas. Terminamos bailando. Yo no sé por qué nos perdimos en el ritmo. La primera vez cuando yo bailé contigo, yo no sé por qué nos perdimos en el ritmo. La primera vez. Yeah. JASARI, O-C-L-A-O, Inc. Linus, J. Gill, Josh, Fleazy, Pinguino, Fernix, Castle, Golden Beats, Ale, Mwah, Joey, Body, Passy, Caitlin, Prime Time. My family, Latinos Mundial. He dice.
All right.
Yes.
All right.
La primera vez. We should talk about that. Just kidding. I'm kidding.
Your first
No. What was that? We didn't say our word of the since we
Oh,
our favorite word that we've been saying since the first
balloon
show. Balloon knot.
Balloon knot.
This is a word we always say like in every show for no reason.
We do know the reason.
Balloon knots?
I can't tell
No,
him
don't
while
tell
we're
him.
on
No,
the
no,
air.
no. We can't tell him. We'll tell him later.
Okay, off the air.
But feel free to say it.
But with a
Balloon
balloon
knot.
knot,
Balloon knot.
Balloon knot.
we even blow up a balloon, you tie
Oh.
it in a knot.
Okay.
You look into the knot.
Oh, I thought it was like blue nut.
He doesn't get it. Don't demonstrate.
Oh. Oh.
Okay, listen. We have enough time. Listen, enough
It's
of
like a
that.
balloon knot.
Okay.
Got it.
Now don't behave. I'm gonna have to throw my shoe at you. Listen, let's give out some contact information.
Yes.
Okay.
Let's try to forget about the balloon.
All right. Well,
You guys don't want to see that.
No.
well, you guys have heard, the 3 songs. If anybody's interested in finding any information on JASARI, if you go at JASARI Music,
JASARI.
Yeah, I was just gonna spell that.
that was my next move. But
What's
you
that,
guys-
Twitter or Facebook?
Well, that's not everything. You could go on.
everything.
You could go.
Advice for artists: if you have, make sure all your social media is the same name.
Okay, yeah.
There's people who say the real JASARI, and then JASARI the real, and then JASARI Music. And
Yeah.
just
Should be
make
the
everything
same.
the same.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense because everybody's going crazy finding all this information, but
So
it's all there.
is that the web? Is a website?
Yeah,
Okay,
if you
it's-
have jasarimusic.com, .com, and you have Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, YouTube, we have our music video there. If anybody wants to do any information as far as booking, there's also phone numbers. I'm his manager, Wilmer.
I was gonna say,
directly.
so when they go to the website, if they're interested in
it
booking,
links them. It links them to
okay.
everything. But also the information. I'm Wilmer Villamizar. That's his manager contact. I don't know if it's okay with you guys' phone numbers as
Oh,
well.
yeah.
My direct contact is 954-404-2564.
No, repeat it again slower.
954-404-2564. Anybody can text or call directly as far as getting anyone who's
information.
interested or
Book,
information
you
on the
Make a
artist.
song, we can talk about it. No problem. I work with any type of artist in my
Maybe we can do a song with him. I used to sing.
Yeah, balloon knot.
No, not that one.
No, okay.
I used to be in a group. I used to sing.
Yeah?
Yeah. But I'm just gonna focus on you right now.
Hey.
And then again, he's going to be performing January 23rd at International. It's International Club.
International Club.
International
North
Club at in North Plainfield, New Jersey, January 23rd. Is that a Saturday?
Yes.
Okay.
That's a Saturday.
Excellent.
Doors will be opening at 9 p.m. If you follow at JASARI Music, you will soon noticing the flyer, all the information.
Yeah.
You know, as far as who's performing, what DJs
Where
will
to
be
get the
there,
tickets.
where to get the tickets, all the contact information will be there. So you know, if you follow JASARI Music, it will make it a lot easier.
And I also want to mention, because I really enjoyed the video. You can find it on YouTube. Look it up. It's called Sol y Luna
Yeah.
by JASARI.
Sun and moon.
Well, thank you so much for coming by
thank
and
you.
chit-chatting with us.
Thank you.
All right.
Yay!
All
We're
right.
so
It was awesome.
honored.
It
We
was
are
awesome.
honored.
Yes,
It was
yes.
awesome.
This is since I now relaunched myself as an artist again, but this time, I'm more 110% focused and ready to go. This
Right.
is the first interview that I have done. Now that I relaunched myself, I did plenty of interviews in the past, but this is the first one, and I enjoyed every minute of this.
Well,
interview.
hopefully-
Hilarious.
thank
you guys
you
are
so much.
amazing. I felt comfortable. It felt good.
This is going to be your year, 2006. You're going to go full speed ahead.
What year?
2000. Oh my God, 2016.
Yeah, you said 2006.
Holy crap. Balloon knot.
Yes.
What is she thinking about?
She did say 2000.
2016.
I heard 2006.
You know
wishful
what?
thinking.
What was
That's
I
the
doing
rum and
then?
Coke.
I don't
2016
know
is
about
going
the
to be
rum, but,
your year. It's
Yes.
going to be your year.
Yes.
Thank you.
Yes. Thank you for coming
Definitely.
by.
Once either no matter how far I go into the music, I'm gonna come back.
And
for
you
second
have
interview.
fun.
I will
That's
come
the
back.
important
Have a good
thing.
time.
That's
Yeah,
the
of course.
important thing.
Yes.
Being focused is important.
Yes.
But having fun is
Have
even
fun on the
more
way.
important.
Yeah, having
Cherish
fun.
every single moment. Soak it up because
Yes.
tomorrow's a
Yeah, I
promise
can
to
tell
any
you.
of us.
I can talk about that.
Well, we're not talking about you soaking anything.
Yeah.
Netto, we've had another great show.
Yes.
Thank you for spending time with me tonight.
Thank you for booking great guests.
Well,
Thank
you're
you. Thank you,
welcome.
guys. Thank you. It was lovely spending time with you guys too. You guys were awesome.
When
You
I
guys
saw
were
this
great.
comedy sign on the door, now I know why.
Now you know, yeah,
Now I
the
know
funny
why.
guy over here.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I want to thank everyone who's been listening, tuning in tonight. We appreciate everyone listening and totally.